Right, so when we last left off, well, we were here in the Red Dwarf Mines with our, well, ragtag party where Farfudgan happens to be cursed, but luckily he has no magic to really speak of. Now, in here happens to be a bunch of, well, oozes. What's my favorite My Magic Heroes game? Oh, that's a tough one. I would probably have to say... Well, I like the newest one, for obviously the graphics and the music and all of that, but I would say probably, I forget it's either 2 or 3. I think it's 3 that's my favourite. Yeah, I like 3. 5 I'm not too keen on, mainly for the fact that it's... Well, it's not the best regarding, well, majority of the balance and some of that. Well, that's my personal opinion, but I just like 5 just because it's just... Oh, I'm sorry, 6. I like 6 because it's so pretty to look at. Anyway. So we're here, we're trying to gain the ever-so-love from the Dwarven people, and by doing so, we gotta find their friends and the miners that dwell here who have been, well, frozen in time and space while encased in stone. So we need to kill some oozes. How are we gonna do that? Well, we got a good old Humpy here, who is actually able to give us a flame aura. He's a master, so he can give us, well, a good old inferno. Now, can we do on a crossbow? We can do on a crossbow. Interesting. So that emerald ooze right there didn't get hit by it. That's ever so saddening. So we have all the buffs from last time, which seems to be fantastic, actually. Now, do we need to put on any more buffs? I would say probably detect life just to make sure. So he's got 50 hit points. 8 armor class. It does water damage, really? I would have thought it done acid. Well, that's just me, though.
Shouldn't be a problem.
You say it shouldn't be a problem, but it requires actual elemental damage to kill it, ever so sadly. Now, we can just throw a hammer at it, which does nothing since that does body damage. Why is there a rose petal right by it? I have no idea. You know, perhaps I like frolicking in the ever so wonderful, well, petals that lay on the floor. Perhaps it's a romantic, well, sort. So, we need to wait for Humpy to be able to give us that, and we can... Well, he doesn't have a bow, does he? No, he does not. That's kind of upsetting. I should really fix that. Actually, it does not mean anything right about now. Mainly because... What's that? That's a sapphire ooze. Sapphire ooze will be a problem indeed. So what is the best way to take care of a hero that ooze? Well, we don't need body resistance. I don't think you can do anything other than, well... He can't really heal anyone. So just throw an arrow for it now. Oh, well, a nice 11 damage. Oh, we're doing a lot of damage to it at least. Well, let's throw a good old fireball. We could give good old Farfudgan here a good, well, enhanced bow of some kind, but well, I won't worry about that right now. What's more important, well, is Humpy doing that lovely, lovely fireball and burning everything alive. And it's always wonderful, isn't it? So everyone can actually do some damage, aside from Humpy. Now that is poison. I know that for a fact. Well, thank you for coming along, Gad. I'm sorry that this isn't heroes, but nevertheless, I hope you found a good hero stream, well, somewhere along the line. Ah, we killed it and it dropped a vial of ooze endoplasm. Oh, that's wonderful. A nice pile of ooze just for us. I'm so happy I picked up this. I was really debating if this was a good pickup or not, but turns out it's fantastic. And now we can dispatch these oozes with ease. Also, need to press caps lock for the ever so... Ooh. Oh god, another sapphire ooze. What is that? A bloodstone ooze? Dear god, that's worse than I thought. We may have to give ourselves flaming weaponry. That may be for the best. Oh, at least it doesn't do too much damage. Just did a good 35 damage, mind you. Oh god, that's painful. How much damage did you? I did a lot of damage. Okay, these things are actually a lot more powerful than I thought they were. Oh god, please help us. Okay, good old healing, that's what Zazant's good for. I mean, he goes around groping people wildly with his mystical hands. I mean, who doesn't love a good old mystical hand groping you now and then? Probably a lot of women. Most likely a lot of women. Let's back off to the entrance ever so slightly. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Dear God. That just needs to be burned in hell. Because, dear God, you just absolutely melt. Good old dwarf here. I'm just presuming they're firing acid at us. Ah, the emerald ooze disappeared. I don't know if it's water. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if the dwarves were allergic to water after all. The whole kidney with producing well, alcohol for just merely eating apples all day. I mean, it's a good evolution and all, but it's just not something, well, not something I'm really that keen on. I mean, alcohol, sure. Water, I can understand why the poisonous. It's just a really sad thing, really sad evolution, but it's just something we have to come to grips with nowadays. Especially when it comes down to a bloodstone ooze. Would explain why everyone else is like it, mind you. Now, we want this sword, right? Oh yeah, it's already enchanted, isn't it? Yeah, I believe it is. So, we need to back off, or we could just get him to do a fireball in our face and everyone dies horribly. That in itself does sound like a great plan, aside from the part of me dying. I don't know, something about me just, no, that doesn't tickle my fancy, I'm not gonna lie. So there we go, it's dead. Now, okay, Farfudagun, search the ooze remains to find a fancy ring. You did not fancy anything. Well, we'll take that, it's worth quite a pretty penny. But it will not take the rose petals. Rose petals, not too useful. Dear God, this place is massive, isn't it? Oh, is that a dwarf? That is a dwarf. Okay, we've come just in time to kill these dwarves, at least. So we're gonna fireball time to, well, evaporate this goddamn thing. That's, well, that we're gonna say right about now, because there's another ooze coming round it. Luckily, there's an emerald ooze. We need to get you some type of magic. I know you can only get expert in things, but still, you know, you still need to get us a nice, good piece of magic. I think you can learn everything, aside from light magic, but you cannot get mastery in it. You only can get expert, I believe. Since, well, you're a hunter, not a, well, doctor. And that's another one gone. Fantastic. We just got one, what's this? Cure paralysis. I'll be nicking that. Yoink! Oh, that is until we get light magic. Because cure paralysis is a light magic thing. It's either that or it's a mind magic. And I'm not too keen on mind magic. It's kind of, well, useless. Oh, it's already dead. Oh, never mind. There's something down there. I see you. I see you glaring at me of your ever so, well, ever shining ooze trail that you leave behind. I know what you truly think of me. You want to melt me down. Ooh, a belt. What's this belt, Humpy? Tell me.
Ask someone else.
No, I told Humpy. Just a normal level belt. I'll take it. Cure paralysis. I don't think there's anything that can paralyze me here. Well, I don't think so. Be kind of weird if that was the case. Now, you ever so shiny, well, ever so liquidy beauty that you are, Mr. Ooze. You need to, well, be evaporated. I think that's the best way to put it. We'll save Humpy's mana for the time being, so we're probably going to need it later on, because I don't know what else dwells here. Actually, I know what dwells here. Medusas. Now, can we look you in the face? We can. You have a glorious beard. Ah! They're coming for me? What happened? Who are you? Well, Yarrow Caden, I am Sotaris. Well, that is Sotaris, and he's here to give you a cuddle and a good pat on the head, and perhaps some, well, you probably need some shoe polish for your head or some type of shining thing to make you gleam in the dark. After we have one of those faces where I don't want to see you in the dark. Well, not in a dark alley, that is. So that's one of the people gone. Is he in my inventory? No, he's not. Or unless he is, he is! Thank you for rescuing me. I owe you my life. Oh, do you now? We can probably arrange something at a later date between you and me. Oh, yes. Now, one thing I'm wary of is, of course, the threat of Medusas. I don't know where the Medusas are, mind you, but I'll cure paralysis.
Sorry.
Just a plain old dwarven dagger. Yoink. Is there any secrets here? No, sadly. That's a kind of a shame. You expect a dwarven mine to have a lot of secrets. You would expect it, anyway. Where am I going? I have no idea. I know I was told in the past by someone very so nice in the stream not to go too far from the path. I know that for a fact, since I don't really need to do much in here, other than, well, do the whole put the thing in the thing. When I mean the thing in the thing, I mean put the potion in the dwarf's mouth and then, well, just spray it all over him. Like a good champagne cork. There's one of the dwarfs. That's a lot of money. Well, okay, now he understood what happened to that man. He was, well, obviously taken. Red and Keldon, eh? He says the same thing. Don't worry, I'll get you some polish for your head and we can go. Wow, that's a lot of money. Oh dear God, we have a lot of money. Okay, I'm gonna say this. If I die, I'm safe. Coming? Oh, it's just emerald oozes. Okay, that's not too bad. Whew. I was getting scared. I actually thought I was maybe something dangerous. But luckily, it's just a bunch of ooze. An ooze that doesn't seem interested in me right now. Ah, how long does that actually last for, Humpy? That lasts for 1 hour per point, and how many points do we have in you? That lasts for 7 hours? Really? Wow, I just want to look at that. 7 hours. 5 hours left. Oh, that's not... Wow. 2 to 12 points of damage. That's not bad in the slightest. We have a lot of points to spend with you, don't we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. What's this? What do you currently got? What do you currently have? Okay, apparently I've not been too good of inventory sorting. Oh, that's kind of bad. What are you wearing? A normal brass ring? Oh, that's not too bad. I'm just looking at what everyone's got right now.
Sorry, no idea.
You don't know what that is? What's that? Just regular old rubbish, okay. So, a good old fireball to this ever so lovely minion. I think that hit the wall. Thank God we didn't get hit by that. You know, I think we should just run down the corridor while these things slowly sliver towards me. Leaving the ever so acidic trail it leaves. I don't think they actually hate me. I think they're trying to mate with each other. I mean, if you just look at that, they're not coming towards me. They are now, mind you. Obviously, I had to say something. Apparently, she has a personality, some type of morale. As you can see, it's retreating. They're actually sentient. Dear God. It's worse than I ever thought in my life. Let's fireball it again. Blows misery. God, I wonder what they think on a day-to-day basis. I always wanted to be some sort of liquid and just, well, slither about everywhere. Well, this place is kind of mine now, doesn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hello? There's a goal to lure me into the place as another statue. Hello, evil things! Don't be evil, and don't try to kill me. I'm here to be a friend. Nothing more. I'm gonna take you. Come on, Irvin, Keldon. Well, it's a kind of a giant family, isn't it? Is it a family? Yeah, it's a family of dwarfs. Dear God, there must be a noble family. That's why they wanted to rescue him. Of course, of course. You know, I wonder why there's not more dwarven bodies laying around, to be honest. Or perhaps the ooze remains happens to be the dwarves, in fact. That would be an interesting turn of events. That in fact all these all these oozes were in fact bloody dwarven remains. Oh, we found a helmet. Ooh, where's that helmet? Who has it? Is it you? No. Oh, is that?
No idea.
Oh, probably nothing interesting. It's not a big hat. If the hat was big, you know it's special. It's fancy in some shape, way, or form. Why is there a lot of paralysis potions? That's what I want to know. It's a bit of a strange thing. Let's just leave these paralysis potions everywhere. Now, who are you? You're Jason. Jason! Oh, hello. What's up here? We have oozes. A sapphire ooze. I wonder what they think. I wonder if it's like a racial problem between these lots. Probably. Most likely. And hello, Gad. Welcome back. Obviously, we need just these to evaporate. Why didn't you get hurt by that? I have no idea. It's kind of actually scaring me that you didn't get hurt by a fireball, unless we rolled really low. We most likely rolled very low. Okay, so that's almost gone, and there's nothing down here. We should leave now before that melts us into, well, nothing more than man goo. We don't want to be, well, even more ooze on the floor. I wonder what the different color oozes mean. Obviously, they're previously dwarves. I mean, that's a given. If so, what determines what's sapphire, what's bloodstone, and what's emeralds? Unless they are just, well, gems been, well, melted down into the dwarven brain within it, like a gelatinous cube, but somewhat sentient. Most likely, that's probably what it is, to be honest. Wouldn't surprise me. Are they all dead? No, they're not. Well, there's clearly one thing to do. As you can see, they're sentient. So there we go. So what is this? There we go. I'm afraid I don't understand what you're trying to say, Gad. I presume that's Austrian or maybe even German. I don't know. I apologize for my ignorance. But yeah, I apologize. That's another dwarf down there. So, we want to, well, yeah, just burn him alive for the time being. You know, regarding evaporating, they're leaving behind a lot of remains, aren't they? I mean, fire is quite potent. I guess it's not that potent to, well, dissolve the little remains. What, well, the leftovers they leave on the ground. So here's another dwarven friend. Hello. Another Keldon. Definitely a noble family. Must be. I mean, those dwarves are known for their mating, that's what I'm gonna say. After all the clans and all of that. In some universes, they're immortal, but in some, they're as mortal as you and I. Mind Blast! I don't know why they're taking Mind Blast into a mine. That seems like the most stupidest thing in the world. I think my bows have run out of enchantments, have they? No? Well, this one's just good at dodging.
Is that supposed to hurt?
Oh, I need to back off, don't I? Okay. Yeah, I forget. No one's got enchanted weaponry aside from good old Farfudigan right here. At least I was vaguely correct about what language that was. Oh, we have an Orven. We haven't had much good luck with those in the past. I'd rather get this place done and over with before we even tempt fate regarding that. Of course, I was a dwarf down there. Now, I forget how many dwarfs he said there were, but I don't think there was that many. I don't think there was. I'm trying to think. Did he even give a number of how many dwarves he wanted me to take? I don't know. Maybe. Does it say my quest log? Maybe. Let's see here. It's episode to lift and rescue the dwarves. No real number, so I guess we'll just go until we think we're done. Okay, that seems fair. Anything in there? Oh, there actually things are in there. I don't know who put a flower in there. Unless the flower just grew over time. That's a good thing to sell. So let's see what is around here. We have an emerald ooze. Oh, and a bloodstone ooze. Oh, dear God, that's going to be a problem and a half. Right, Humpy, you know what it is. It's a good time to use your fireball. I mean, who knew the only thing that remained was the dwarven brains? I wonder if it actually is like their jewelry been melted down into an ooze with a brain just controlling it. And all they know is they want to hug everything. They just want to love once more. I mean, if I didn't have any hands and nor any legs, a head, lips, or nipples, or whatever you want to call it, I would probably want to do the same, but in a sense, we're just a misunderstanding them. I mean, the acid they're spraying at us is not the acid of vile, well, intent. It's merely the acid of friendship. They want us to become like them. They want friends. That's most likely what it is. It's nothing like that. Well, nothing like malign, I mean. As we still got those enchantment on our bows. But I think I've got a fireball to solve this situation, and boom! How long until we don't actually have... Well, we don't have haste on us. Oh, I thought it would, regarding how we're actually reacting compared to them. I just guessed these creatures are rather slow on how they are. Now, this is the mine, yes. Oh, hello. Draffin, hello, Draffin. Run, everyone, the stone snakes are upon... what? Don't worry, we got you now. What's in here? Ooh, goodies. I'll take this as my payment. There's no room for that. Okay, let's take these ever so lovely shiny objects that happen to be made of gold. And what's this? Leather armor, eh? We'll just leave it there for the time being. Now, did we use... I remember him saying that the lift is broken. We required a warm belt to actually use it. I think so. We'll come back to that later, because we only have to go on the first floor, I think. I think, anyway. Another bloodstone one. How much damage does that do? Wow, that's a lot of damage, actually. 30 odd damage? Is that 30 odd damage, or is that... I don't know. Yes, that's 30 damage, yes. I think that is. I could be completely wrong. My mathematics is not the greatest in the world, mind you. If so, I'll probably be lucky, well, working in the university if it was, or something like that. We also need to get away from it before it blows my face off, or melts it into one of his brethren. I mean, the last thing we want is this Aunt's beard here to become a good old friend to this ooze. I mean, that's definitely the last thing we want. I mean, this one is actually moving quite fast compared to the others. Now, regarding that this is a bloodstone ooze, we're going to fire it against this beam right here. That's clearly my intent right now, and we're just firing into the beam some more. Oh, thank God we dodged that little bolt he did. I only can presume that is a he, since, well, have you ever seen a female dwarf, well, so far working in a mine? I mean, they're probably, well, as there are noble families, the females are more or less, well, bathed in their ever so gold goodness. Obviously, we need to back off once again. Now, how is your crossbow? Your crossbow is 3 hours. I'm very paranoid about it. Very paranoid. I don't know how we dodged that. Everyone probably did a Neo dodge roll and dived out of the way of that ever so toxic blast. I mean, at this point, I mean, who's coming out with all of his stuff. It's probably Humpy. He's probably got a whole book, a whole, well, journal dedicated to these things. He knows what their, well, point in life is and knows what their overall goal happens to be. For everyone to join him, every single living creature in the world to join. God, that does a lot of damage, doesn't it? Jesus. It doesn't take much fire damage neither. But at least that's definitely... a giant ball of exploding fire definitely does something. And Zazant obviously has the final blow. It's a shame I don't have like anything like Power Cure or Shared Life. Shared Life would probably be good. Might actually be good. Don't quote me on that. Might actually be terrible, for what I know. Now, I don't know if there's any more dwarves. I think the dwarves are only on the first level. I remember someone saying that. But just in case, I'm just going to keep on exploring. Just in case that is wrong and my memory's failing me. It's not the first time that has happened, mind you, but it probably is not going to be the last. Hello? Ooh, what's that? A topaz? And we have a dwarf! With a meteorite fragment right by him. I'll take this before he comes conscious. Hello! Form. No, don't worry, I'm here to help you. I'm Marshal Soldaris. Let me just rub all this oil against you, don't worry. I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm not doing anything, well, obviously sexually. It's for your good, I swear. Just pull down your trousers. Go on. It's just ointment. I mean, what's the worst that could happen with my hands? And your trousers off, right? It's just a good amount of lubricant. I mean, oil, yes, oil. This oil that your king gave me. Yeah, your king. He told me to put this all around your, well, your legs and your crotch and your belly button. Don't mind me. I'm not gonna do anything. So what left have we got to do? I think we've done everything right now. I think we have. I remember them saying, actually, that one of the abilities, not one of the abilities, one of the creatures in this place happened to be immune to physical, but the other one happens to be immune to magical. I can only presume that the Medusas are in fact immune to physical. I can only presume as that. I will go down and find the ever so lovely ladies that dwell below. I'm sure they're just mistaken. Oh, hello. We haven't come across you in a while. Well, it has been a while. Probably for me, maybe not you. Oh, God. Hello. I guess it's time just to beat off your rings and put them onto, well, a good old dwarf and make him a flying dwarf. I mean, who doesn't love one of those, right? A flying midget in the sky. It's like being attached to a helium balloon. I mean, what's the worst that could happen aside from hanging yourself from that? No one's going to get that, most likely. But oh well. Oh well. Hello, Bronze Golem. Don't pummel my face in, please. I'm a good guy for now. For now. That's the wording. Anyway, so what do we have here? We got Timothy Hawk. We want to find a tavern. Now, where would a tavern be? I have no bloody idea. Well, we're going to go down here and hope for the best regarding taverns, but I think this is all teleporters down here. I think so. Are there teleporters down here, or is it just... No, it's not over there, it's over here. I never understood the layout of this place. It's a bit strange to me. Yeah, so there's just teleporters that way. Is it just teleporters? Yeah, just teleporters. No real tavern. I wonder what they even thought of making giant towers on the hill. I mean, who really wants that? Probably a lot of people, actually. A lot of people want to build like a giant pagoda or a giant... What would you call those Japanese towers? I have no idea. On a giant hill. They most likely are one of those people, but oh well. So, I need to try and find a tavern. Where would one be? So it's not there, and it's not there. Huh. Let's just make sure there's not one over here, because we never know. And I think this is a horse place, isn't it? Yeah, it's a horse place. Let's take this thing here to the main square and see if any of these take me to... Where does this take me? Do you have a sign on you? No, you don't have a sign on you. Where does this take me? In the middle of nowhere? Where's the genie lamp? Okay. Hello? Oh, God damn it, I'm stranded in the desert. I'm literally in the middle of the desert. Who put that there? Who even magically bound to this place? I don't know. But it's buildings over here, so hopefully there's a good old, well, wonderful thing. Oh God, there's lots of golems, aren't there? Thank God it's not hostile. Oh yeah, that is. I don't know if I'll go on a killing spree. Depends if I listen to Farfudigan again. Hello? Who dwells here? I have an interesting thing, a nice pauldron, a nice stew going, hopefully. Have you burned any children recently? No, you haven't burned any children, have you? No. No, you haven't. What about you? Oh no, you probably haven't. You seem like the happy sort. An armed expert? None of us are really unarmed. We like our sharp objects and blunt objects. Ranger Lord, eh? I believe that you're the good type of upgrade. I think you are. Salutations, I am Sandra Sweet, and I am in charge of promoting hunters to rangers. I have a task in mind, if you're up for it. It should prove quite educational. I would like to be a teacher. I really would, but I'm not too sure you're cut out to be a Ranger Lord. Soon you must make a decision of the heart. If you choose the path of light, return to me. I would be honored to be a teacher. Oh, we'll probably do that later, or not at all, depending on how we want to go. Bodybuilding, eh? Yeah, sure, we need you to be bodybuilding. Where is she? She's in the Deja Moors. Probably just lifting all his corpses, most likely. So there's no tavern here either. God damn it. What's up here? Is this a tavern? Oh no, I remember where the tavern is, I think. It's one of these, well, towers on these hills. Also, I've got to tickle my throat, so give me a second.